Alright guys, listen. A lot of you guys have been asking me, what is my aim training routine? What do I do? How do I warm up? How do I train my aim? On the past month, my aim has went from fucking mid to insane. And you guys have been asking me what I've been doing to improve my aim and what I do to maintain my aim. And I'll show you guys what I do. The first thing I do is I go to aim labs. Yes, I go to aim labs. The reason why, Demon One did his playlist. He has his own playlist, and he said he did that shit for a while. And his aim is probably the best aim I've ever seen out of any FPS player in my life. So that inspired me. And now I've decided to take on aim labs myself. I do have his playlist, but I don't use his playlist. There's actually an aim labs pro named Mini, an improved version of Demon One's aim lab training routine by VT Minigod. I thought instead of using Demon One's routine, I could use the improved Demon One routine. And this playlist consists of 11 different tasks, and I will run you through them.
Right before we get into this aim routine, I'd like to introduce you to today's sponsor, Valorant Tracker. Valorant Tracker is an in-game tool that's used by millions of players across the world to track your stats and improving at the game. You can look at your KD, headshot percentage, and even look at your win rates on different maps and agents so you know exactly what's working for you and what's not. My best map and agent by far is Sova on Ascent with an 81.8% win rate, so I know exactly who to install next time I play that map. As a matter of fact, let me go test that theory real quick.
One enemy Attackers win.
661 ACS. I've never had that in my life, I think. This might be like the perfect Sova Ascent game. But Curry, this app seems too good to be true. I don't think I can afford it. Well, luckily for you brokies, this app is completely free for you to use and dominate your games exactly like me. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to download the app, and thank you to Valorant Tracker for sponsoring today's video.
This first task is control strafes, and this one is like practicing like pretty much tracking an enemy. So like in Valorant, they have a head, track the head. So this is the equivalent of tracking someone's head. This is one aspect of your aim you have to train. This task by itself won't be enough to like make you good at the game. You need to practice multiple aspects of your aim, like tracking, and then other tasks will be flicking, and then some will be a combination of tracking and flicking. Here I'm just holding control instead of holding mouse 1 to get the points for my task. The next task is the Valorant sidestep tracking. This is like straight horizontal movement, like you never have to move your mouse up and down here. You should try moving your mouse in a straight line for this task as much as possible. You should be like having like efficient movements, like straight lines and shit like that. And horizontal aim is pretty important in Valorant because you're flicking mostly horizontally. Your crosshair placement should already be around their head. All right, mini headshot straight flick. This is one of the tougher ones. This one, I mean, ideally you should be practicing as much accuracy as you can, but for me it's tough. Incorporates both tracking and flicking here because you can't just hold control here like I've been doing for the past 2 tasks. You have to actually flick and tap the ball. But it's like horizontal aim again. This incorporates more like horizontal flicking and tracking. But I think the toughest task is the next task we'll go over, which is another headshot strafe, but it's multi-click instead of just a click. And this one is like, you want to kind of hit it in the box, I guess. In order to gain points, you have to hit all 4. Maybe I'll demonstrate it. Maybe I'll miss every single one. Who knows? See that? You have to hit all 4 in order to gain points. All 4 balls, and eventually the ball will disappear. There have been times where I've actually gotten 0 points on this. I've had to restart because I was embarrassed. Next task is this one's just pure flicking, and you really want to focus for accuracy here. Most aim labs pros recommend, like, I mean, not even just aim labs pros, but I personally recommend at least 90% accuracy. I think aim labs pros want more. They say you should like have like a 95% accuracy here, but you should be flicking fast to the targets and then trying to micro adjust once you flick fast. So you see I'm not like slowly moving across. I'm trying to flick fast and then readjust onto the head. Flick fast to the target and then micro adjust to the head. And honestly, like ideally for these tasks, you're not just you shouldn't like death grip your mouse. Like that run for me, I was like, if you don't know if you can tell, I had a lot of tension in my hand because I'm holding my mouse really hard. You don't want to do that. It's not good to practice like that. It's not good to aim like that in general because it causes inconsistencies within your aim. So ideally, you're not doing what I'm doing. You want to like try to be more loose with your hand to maximize not only your progress but consistent flicks and consistent training. Next one is the one wall, one target, which is this one's going to be more tracking and flicking, but instead in different elevations. Previously, we've been practicing flicking and tracking in the same scenarios, but they've only been the same like elevation. Now this one practices different elevations. The same thing, you want to practice precision. Most of these tasks, try to be as like any type of flicking task, you want to try to be precise, or else you build bad habits if you're rushing it constantly and like missing. If you're flicking off all the time, it's just you're not practicing good habits. And I think I watched a video way back when one of the most popular aim labs pros is saying, yeah, you need to be practicing accuracy over speed, or that's just his style. You don't have to do that, but that's recommended. Honestly, I recommend it. It's worked for me, especially because Valorant's such it's about an accuracy game. It's about patience and accuracy with your aim. First one to hit the head will always get the kill. What I usually do is I run through each task twice before I play the game. So this one is VT vibe shot chaining. This one it's just more tracking. It's just more flicking. I mean, Instead of the dots being static, they jiggle a little bit, so it's like not super easy, but it's still the same idea. High accuracy, flick fast to the dot, and then try to readjust to it if you miss it. The idea of flicking fast, I believe, is like your macro flick almost, and then your micro. You want to micro adjust to the head. It's like micro adjusting to the enemy. It's like when you're, let's say you're switching angles in Valorant, like you're peeking angles, like you're swinging with your arm, or you're swinging with like one movement, but then you do a micro adjustment to their head, to end up hitting the headshot. Usually, it's not just one movement. In Valorant, when you're aiming for the head, it's usually two movements. One like a big movement, and then one micro movement. Or sometimes it can be one movement, and your crosshair placement's perfect, and your macro movement was perfect, and you hit that shot. Next is the adjust click micro. This is literally legit micro flicking. So you can tell it's a smaller board where you flick the balls. So you can practice mainly micro adjusting, which is what I was talking about. The other boards were huge because it didn't just only practice micro, but this one's a smaller board, so you can practice your micro flicks that I was talking about. And once again, go for accuracy. These aren't static, which is good because, you know, most of your enemies in Valorant won't be static. This is making you practice a little bit of like, I don't know if it's tracking is the right word, but it's not. At least it's not. It's like stupid easy where they're just standing still. Because most of your enemies in Valorant will be slowly moving, so it's good to practice this type of aim. Now we have the multi flick, which incorporates the flicking we were doing before, between like larger distances, and then the micro flicking, which is really good. And it switches it up. Instead of doing like the whole task micro flicking or the whole task like doing a bigger flick, it switches it up, so that way your brain has to kind of be ready for both. Now we have the pull shot precision. This seems more closer to like a grid shot type task. It's almost like fun, but the dots will get smaller, get larger. I mean, the dots will get larger, and obviously you want to focus on the ones getting bigger first, or else they're gonna get too close to you. This is kind of like, I guess, I don't know what this exactly trains versus other tasks, but for me this is just a really fun task to play. This might be more for like, I don't know, applying everything, I guess. I really don't know why he would choose this task over other tasks. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. I just don't know. But I still do it. I trust Mini. Pretty sure it's just to build pressure and improve your target choosing. Yeah, that's probably what that makes sense, Celestica. That definitely makes sense. That's probably what it is. I'm just gonna say that. Well, BT Blink Clink. This one's also like kind of like a mixed task. Like you practice your micro adjustments like here, and then it'll incorporate holy shit, I missed. So you can micro adjustments here, and then a little bit of tracking. It's like a mixture of all the tasks combined, pretty much, which is nice. But it's another one of those tasks that like switch up. It's not just the same thing the whole task. It's like you do micro adjustments and you do like bigger flicks. Once again, you still want to focus on accuracy there. I obviously didn't. I had 78% accuracy, which is very low compared to what I've been doing before. But yeah, I mean, that's the end of the playlist. That's all 11 tasks. But yeah, I usually run it 2 tasks each before I play the game. This is not just like warming up. This is like just my aim training before. And then some nights I'll do it off stream, and I'll run through it again 2 times again. It'll take me around like 25 to 30 minutes. So I do that before I play. Instead, after I'm done with the playlist, I'll just run a quick Valorant TDM. Yeah, for like the TDMs, you don't want to just like focus on like, you don't want to try to use too many abilities when you're playing TDM. Like this warm-up TDM, you should try to actually apply what you just trained. Like whether that's like, you know, running around, flicking, hitting headshots. Like try not to instantly like body spam someone. Don't go for body shots. Like try to hit the headshots. Try to take your time when you aim. Try to avoid crouching as much as you can. You should really be trying to hit like burst headshots or even tap headshots, depending how confident you are. But that's like the best way to apply it. Because if you do these aim labs task and then you go in game, whether it's team deathmatch or what's a comp game, you're just panic spraying the body. You're not gonna be able to apply any of this. Ideally, you're actually aiming for the head. That's the whole point.